So guys, now please confirm to me. All of you get my voice on screen. Those who are attending in online, am I audible, guys? Please check it. All of you get my voice on screen. Those who are attending in online, am I audible? Is my voice on screen is clear to all of you guys? Now please confirm to me. Project. Yeah. All right, sir. So and check it. What we completed here in the last session. What topic here we are understanding. Okay. All right. Now, if we want to get daily classroom notes, right, sir. Now, if we want to get daily classroom notes, just we have to use this link, whatever the link here are given. Now try to take this link, so there only we are able to get the daily classroom notes. Okay. All right, sir. If all of you are cooperate with me, then very soon, then I'm planning to start hibernate class also. Okay, very soon. But the time here, I will decide for it at what time I'm going to take it. No, at what time in the sense 6 o'clock onwards. Now I have to take what the spring class and 7:30 advanced Java is going on. As per the plan, when I complete advanced Java at 7:30, I have to start it. But a bit earlier, if you want to start it, then I'll plan for it at before the time, at least 1 hour. If you take 1 hour at least, no, then we're able to finish it max. But I'll try for it, but not yet decided. No, right, sir. Good. All right, and people are asking to me regarding this admission process regarding these courses. No, I think the number is not available. No, at the end of the class, just give information to me. I'll give a number. Just you can talk with them. No, okay, fine. And one more time, I'm giving clarity to all of you. It's mandatory to learn frameworks. Without frameworks, nothing is going to be happen in our companies. Everybody must learn frameworks, especially Spring Boot, microservices, mandatory. Understand it now. Web services is optional, not mandatory. Nobody is using web services separately. Part of the Spring Boot only people are using that. But up to Spring Framework, Hibernate, Spring Boot, microservices. These are mandatory. Okay, if time is not available, just if you want to leave these web services, no, nothing is going to happen. Just you can leave it. Web service is not mandatory nowadays. No. Okay. But the point what I'm telling you, these are mandatory. Okay. So no need to have any second thought on it. Now today we are going to start that Spring framework. That introduction part we are discussing. This is a right time. This is a right step. Right step to start about like what then this content here now. Okay, fine. Now let's move to the point here. So what I am going to take the Spring framework content here are given clearly. Introduction, core module, JDBC, AOP, ORM, transactions module, and web MVC modules. Clear. Now we are going to understand introduction part here. Already I started that introduction. A simple basic concepts only I have discussed there. So what is an enterprise? That's the question I have given. A group of organizations running under a single label is called what there? An enterprise. What is an enterprise application? It's a software application which simplifies the business processing inside the enterprises. To prepare enterprise applications, we have to provide the following three layers. What are the three layers here we are providing there? User interface layer, business processing layer, data storage and access layer. What is this user interface layer? What you are having there now? User interface layer is providing an entry point for all the users to interact with the enterprise applications. User interface layer is providing a very good look and feel to the enterprise applications in order to access. So customers are going to be attracted for the sake of on the base of that look and feel only. Even though your application is very good application, if the look and feel is not available, then definitely customers may not come for your application. When customers will come for our application, definitely when it provides a look and feel, very good look and feel, then only customers will come to your application. So look and feel is also very, very important. User interface layer is able to provide an environment to perform client-side data validations by defining JavaScript functions. Okay, definitely. JavaScript you are going to use to define, to perform client-side data validations. So because of that reason, we require user interface layer. To send different types of requests from client to the server. Up to now we thought of it just we are sending a request from client to the server. There also we can specify different types of requests. What are the different types of requests that we are able to send from client to the server? Maybe get request, maybe post request, maybe head request, maybe put request, delete request, trace request, like and so on, so many. So any type of request we are able to submit from client to the server. Possibilities are available. So to submit the different types of requests from client to the server, there we have to use form tag. Are you aware about it? No, form tag, form. Inside the form tag, there is an attribute like method. In method attribute, we are going to provide what there exactly that request type now. Get request or post request something else now. So here definitely we have to use form tag or not. If you want to use form tag, definitely we have to use some HTML or JSP page or not. That HTML page is a part of the user interface. If user interface is not available, only default request only we are able to submit, that is get request. If user interface is available, then only we are able to send different types of requests. So definitely user interface is providing an environment to send different types of requests from client to the server. To prepare an user interface layer, we will use a separate logic called what their presentation logic. To prepare presentation logic here, we are going to use a set of technologies like HTML, CSS, Bootstrap, JavaScript, jQuery, Ajax, and so on and so on and so on. That's it. Now these are the various points here we understand about like what their user interface. Okay, fine. Next one is, I think so. Then we already prepared on diagram already prepared for it. Enterprise application layers. Right, sir. So this is the diagram here what we prepared previously. Okay, fine. It's okay. Now this diagram is sufficient. We are able to use this diagram as per our requirement. One minute, sir. Yeah, it's okay, fine. Now coming to the next one, business processing layer. User interface layer here we completed. Now this is what their business processing layer. So what exactly the purpose of the business processing layer? What it is actually? Few points I'm telling to you. Now observe carefully. It is a heart in enterprise applications. It's a heart. What it will provide? What it will provide? It will provide a very good environment to define all the clients required business rules and regulations. It's a layer where we are going to provide all the clients required business rules and regulations. Understand it? Depending on client, depending on client, or maybe depending on the organization, business organization, developers have to prepare applications. That means developers have to prepare business rules and regulations. They are not same from all the clients. They are different from one organization to another organization. So where rules and regulations get, we have to define. They are the business rules and regulations. They are the main part of the enterprise application. So that's the reason why I said to you it's the heart of the enterprise application. Right, sir. It will provide a very good environment to define all the clients required, the actual rules and regulations which are required by the clients, business rules and regulations. No. What are these business rules and regulations? What you are going to say? No. Insert these business rules and regulations. No. Observe carefully. Previously, I've given at some other time I've given these points. No. Again, I'm telling you. No. Say for example, simple examples here I'm telling you. No. Amazon.com is available. Maybe it is giving some type of offers for us. So for example, if you want to purchase any item more than 5,000, if we take any items there, in the next item, the cost of the next item is what there, 25% off in the next item. This is up to Amazon.com. We cannot apply this for what there, Flipkart.com. Flipkart.com people are giving some other concession. For example, if we use ICICI credit card, for example, if you use any credit card, ICICI credit card, for example, if you use now, then definitely we are able to get 15% off in our product. That is up to what there, up to Flipkart.com. That is not valid for what there, Amazon.com. Yes, sir, got my point or not? So these are the specific rules and regulations for each and every client. That rules and regulations here we are going to define in a particular layer. Not only this, just example I'm giving there. Like this, so many rules and regulations are available. All these rules and regulations here we are going to define in a particular layer. That layer is what there, business rules and regulations. That means business processing layer. There only we are going to define the actual business rules and regulations. Clear? Now, to prepare business processing layer, to prepare business processing layer, we have to use a separate logic called, we have to use a separate logic called business logic. We have to use a separate logic called what there, business logic. All right, sir. Then how we are going to prepare this business logic? To prepare business logic in enterprise applications, to prepare business logic in enterprise applications, we have to use a set of technologies or components. Like what are the various components here we are going to use now? Business objects are available, BOs. In general, if you take any MVC based application, business objects are available separately. Not only that, EJBs we are going to use. EJBs is the best option for business logic development, but unfortunately it is outdated at present. You are not aware, because of servlets, because of EJBs only, J2EE module is getting very good demand in outside. The moment when J2EE was introduced there, nobody is thinking about J2EE. Just because of servlets and EJBs only, J2EE module is getting very good demand. The Java is very much popular in outside because of these two things only. That much of impact is available now. Still, some of the companies are using EJB components as part of their business implementation. Some of the bank applications are running on the base of the EJB still, even though they are outdated. The strong business layer we are able to implement by using EJBs. But nowadays alternatives are available. Can you guess it? What are the alternatives for these EJBs at present? Any idea? Can you guess it? What are the alternatives for these APIs at present? No, nothing. That alternative is very simple. That is what their Spring framework. Simple. Simple Spring framework. Spring framework is overcome what there is over on the top of the EJPs. No? Then automatically EJPs is suppressed. EJPs is getting down the moment when Spring framework was introduced. Understand it, so that's the reason why nowadays nobody is thinking about like what their EJPs. No, then everybody is thinking about what their frameworks, that Spring framework or maybe Spring Boot or maybe all the remaining content here we are going to understand. Okay, good. EJPs maybe, but depending on our application, we are going to use what their servlets also. The servlet is a server-side program. No need to think much about it. No, servlet is what there a servlet is server-side program. Servlets maybe and so on and so on and so on. So many things here we are able to provide. Okay, fine. All right, so now these are various. These are the details about like what their business processing layer. Now understand it. What we provided now is the heart of the enterprise application. One more point I'm telling to you. User interface layer is providing look and feel, attracting the customers. Okay, then presentation part of the enterprise application. Business processing layer is providing accuracy about your application. How much accurate your application, that is provided with what their business processing layer, that all the business rules and regulations are provided effectively or not, that is going to be checked at what their business processing layer. I'll forget my point or not? Right, sir. Only simple points only. These are the points here we have to understand. At the heart of the enterprise application, it will provide a very good environment to define all the clients' required business rules and regulations. To prepare the business processing layer, we have to use a separate logic called business logic. To prepare business logic in enterprise applications, we have to use a set of technologies or components like business objects, EJBs, servlets, and so on. Leave it. Next one is after completion of this content here. Next one is what there data storage and access layer. The last one, data storage and access layer. What is this data storage and access layer? What you are understanding about it? But more concentration, all of you know. All right, sir. Now it is the bottommost layer in the enterprise applications. Clear. But what is its purpose actually? What is its main intention? The main intention of this layer is to interact with the database and to perform is to interact with the database in order to perform the database operations in the enterprise applications. Directly I'm using the terminologies like what there, it can be used to interact with the databases. In place of these databases, I can use like what there, some repositories. The database is one of the repository. Not only databases, so many repositories are available. Of course, we are going to use maximum databases as a repository. So the main intention of this layer is to interact with the databases, in order to perform the database operations in the enterprise applications. Say for example, if you take any application, web application or enterprise application or whatever it may be, any application if you take, where some registration pages are available, some registration forms are available. If you want to go for sign in, first we have to complete sign up. Am I right or not? Sign up is what their registration page. In the registration page, we have to enter the data. In the registration page, we have to enter what their data. What data we have to enter there? Inside the registration page, no, maybe some first name, last name, qualification, address details, some details here we are able to enter. At the end, we are able to have submit button. After entering all this data, if we click on submit button, automatically the data will come to the server side application. Automatically request will be submitted there. Along with the request, the data will come to the server side. At server side application, we are going to get the data and we are going to store the data into the databases. We are going to store the data into like what their databases. But how we are going to store the data into the databases? Who will take the responsibility of getting the data from application and storing the data into the databases? If we come for this point, answer is very clear. Here, data storage and access layer is able to get the data from the application, is able to store the data into the database table. First data will come to the presentation layer. From the presentation layer, data will come to the business layer, where business rules and regulations are going to be applied. After applying that business rules and regulations, the data will be finalized. The data is going to be stored into the data will be submitted to the data storage and access layer. Now data storage and access layer will store the data into what there? Into the database table. Clear? All of you are getting clarity on these points now? So this is exactly the meaning of like what there? Data storage and access layer. Okay, fine. Right, sir. Now, to prepare data storage and access layer in enterprise applications, to prepare data storage and access layer in enterprise applications, we have to use a separate logic. We have to use a separate logic called persistence logic, not presentation logic. Persistence logic. Data persistency. Data persistency. What's the meaning of data persistency? Storing the data into the database table. Maintaining the data permanently in the database table. Maintaining the data permanently in our databases. That is called as what there? Persistency. Data persistency. To prepare the data storage and access layer in enterprise applications, we have to use a separate logic called what there? Persistence logic. Is it? All of you are getting clarity on this? It's okay, fine. This is about like what there? Persistence logic. Clear? After this, after completion of this data storage and might be persistence logic, no, how we are going to prepare this layer? To prepare persistence logic in enterprise applications, to prepare persistence logic in enterprise applications, we have to use a set of technologies, like a set of technologies and tools like what technologies here we are going to use. No, the very first one is JDBC. At least if you know the abbreviation, we can understand its intention. What is it? JDBC? Java Database Connectivity. Next one is, after this JDBC, there we are going to use a framework related content for the JDBC, for the database interaction. ORM tools are available. There one of the tool is what there? Hibernate. Maybe I may ask a question to you. What is the purpose of the Hibernate? Hibernate can be used to perform database operations. Hibernate can be used to perform what there? Database operations. Next one is what there? EJBs. In EJBs, entity beans are available. In EJBs, so many types are available there. Session beans are available, entity beans are available, message driven beans are available. Now here, session beans are mainly for the sake of the business implementation, business logic preparation. Entity beans are mainly for the sake of what their database operations. Entity beans are for the sake of what their database operations. Now here EJB's entity beans is one of the technology. Next one is what their JPA. Next one is what their Spring Boot JPA, or maybe JPA, data JPA, and so on and so on and so on. So many things are available. By using this all, we are able to prepare what their persistence logic in our enterprise applications. See, in the diagram also I given the same point. Understand this diagram here, no? At which layer we are providing the database interaction, actually data storage and access layer. In this location only, we are providing a communication between, we are providing like what the database operations now in the enterprise application architecture. Finally, here what we completed here, enterprise application architecture here we understand. So what is this enterprise application architecture here now? Right, sir. Overall, to prepare any enterprise application here, we have to provide three things. What three things here we are going to provide now? User interface layer, business processing layer, data storage and access layer. Right, so now what you are aware about this user interface layer, it will provide very good look and feel to the applications. It is a starting point for the users to access our application. Sir, all of you get my point or not? It provides very good environment to perform client-side data validations by defining JavaScript functions. It's able to provide very good environment to send different types of requests, To prepare this layer, presentation logic we have to use. To prepare this presentation logic, we have to use technologies like HTML, CSS, Bootstrap, Ajax, and so on and so on and so on. Business processing layer is the heart of the enterprise application. It is able to provide very good environment to define all the clients required, actual client required business rules and regulations. To prepare this layer, we are going to use business logic. To prepare this business logic, we are going to use business components, different business components we are going to use. Like EJB session beans maybe, like what the servlets may be, some business objects may be, like different components here we are able to use. After that, data storage and access layer. So it's the bottommost layer in the enterprise application. Its main intention is what there to provide an environment in order to interact with the databases, in order to perform database operations from enterprise applications. So to prepare this particular layer, we are going to use persistence logic. To prepare this persistence logic, we are going to use a set of technologies and tools like what there JDBC, Hibernate, Entity Beans, JPA, Data JPA, right, and so on and so on and so on. So many things are available. That's now this is totally enterprise application architecture. That's clear. All of you are getting clarity on this. So one more thing I'm telling to you, first few days of time, completely theoretical concepts only here we have to understand. Why? Because in my point of view, all of you are at zero level in a frameworks point of view. You don't know anything. And some of you are available with me -100, not even at zero. So I'm giving the rating for you clearly. Everybody might be, all of you are available at zero level. It's okay, nice. But in my point of view, you are not even at zero level. You are at -100. So first I have to bring all of you from -100 to zero. After that, I have to build the remaining part. So to bring -100 to zero, what I'm trying to do. I'm trying for what there to bring -100 to zero. After that, I'll go for actual content. So because of that reason, first of all, I'm giving clearly what is an enterprise, what is an enterprise application, how many things are available inside the enterprise applications. Then each and every theoretical content here I have to understand. The first few days of time we have to bear with me. You don't have any other option. So this theory only we have to understand. Once we are getting some platform, once we are getting some clarity on the content now, then we will start understanding about what their framework, how framework is available, what is framework, then we are going to explore the content. Okay, don't get boring by saying this much of theory. Just come to the class, try to understand what I'm trying to say. But the content is going to be interesting, sure. Definitely the concepts are going to be very much interesting. But your effort is required. Okay. All right, sir. Now let's move on to the point here. Next one is enterprise application architecture here we understood. I think some of you might be aware about the next topic, but I need to discuss with you, try to understand it now. How many types of enterprise applications are available? What are the various types of enterprise applications here we are having? Right, now observe carefully. There are two types of enterprise applications. There are two types of enterprise applications. First one is web applications, and the second one is what there distributed applications. First one is what there web applications, and the second one is what there distributed applications. Again, I'm telling to you, this question is already avoided by some of you. In the servlets, I have discussed about this point here. Okay, don't get boring by saying this question here, but I need to explain again this total content here. If you want to introduce, that framework now, we need to understand this point also now. Then immediately here we are getting a question now. What are the differences between web application and distributed application? What are the differences between web application and distributed application? All right, sir. I'm going to give some answers to you, now try to understand it clearly. So before going to start our content here, now let me take a diagram, simple diagram here I'm going to prepare. Now understand it. Okay, already it was saved here, no need to change it. I want to take another one. All right, sir. Now, all of you observe carefully. Simple, very simple example. So this is your computer, and here your existed user. Okay. Now this is your computer. So computer in the sense like what their browser. In a web environment, client in the sense web client in the sense a browser. So what is client altogether? A browser. Okay. So when we have browser, there we are able to have address bar. There in that address bar we have to enter some URLs or some websites names or whatever it may be, something else. Clear? Now I'm going to take a website. Now say for example, this is like what there a web application we can think of it website. So what website it is now? Simple as we are going to take this is like what there www.amazon.com for example. Okay, amazon.com here I've taken. Okay sir, good. Now here what I provided here, I provided that URL www.amazon.com. I given this URL. When I provide this URL and address bar, automatically what we are able to get no request will be submitted here no to the amazon.com. Automatically here we are able to get that home page of that amazon.com. There's some list of items here we are able to see. Just like it is a home page or welcome page or whatever it may be, some page here we are able to get. Am I right or not? All of you are getting clarity up to now? Okay. Their security is available. My intention is what there. I want to purchase an item. I want to take an item. There I selected my item. I clicked on like what there, add to cart button. Add to cart button. I clicked there. Immediately it is asking username and password. But so far I didn't have any account with that Amazon.com. So what I have to do, sign up. Link is available. Click on it. If I click on it, no, it is asking some details. I entered my details. All details here I entered, including first name, last name, country, region, whatever it may be. What it is asking, then everything I entered. Understand it clearly. Even that credit card details or maybe debit card details or account, whatever it may be, something else here I entered. If it is asking something, I entered that. Finally, my account is created where username and password is created minimum. Got it? When username and password is created, immediately what it is diverted there, the request is diverted to the login page. Actually, I'm in the process of adding my item to the cart. Then it is allowing me only authenticated users. It is allowing to add an item to the cart for only authenticated users, not for what they're normal users. But up to now, myself is a normal user, not authenticated user. So I have to complete my authentication. As for that, we are getting login page. If you are not having account, sign up. Account is created. Username and password is confirmed. Keep that, provide that username and password in the login page. When we provide username and password in the login page, then automatically what happened there, your item is going to be added to your cart. A separate cart will be created for you in your cart. That ID, that username and password will be, sorry, in your cart, your item, whatever the item you sell. Say for example, a pair of shoes I selected, stretchers, the shoes I selected here, cost is say for example 5,000. I selected that. Sir, I'll forget my point or not. Then automatically that item is going to be added to my cart. My cart is available. For me, the cart is individual. For each and every user, the card is available. Yes, sir. I'll forget my point on it. For each and every user, the card is available here. Okay, clear. Now here we are getting like what there card is available for us now. Okay, just 1 minute of time. I think it is giving some trouble. Up to now it is not started, but again started. 1 minute. Okay, no problem. Leave it now. Now let's move on to the point here. What I'm telling you, So now my item is added to the cart. When my item is added to the cart, then what next one now tell me? Immediately after adding that at the bottom, I'm able to get add another item or buy. Two buttons are available. Add another item or what next one? Buy. If I click on buy, what is going to be happen? If I click on buy, automatically what we are able to get? Automatically we are able to get that what is that now? Invoice form in the sense, but payment gateway is open or not? Payment gateway will open now. Are get my point or not? Now inside this purchase form, what we are able to get now? There we are able to we have to pay the payment. Delivery mode is available, cash and delivery, or maybe then online payment like this is having. For example, I'm going to select what there online payment. Understand it clearly. Online payment here I'm going to select. Okay, inside this online payment where multiple options are available through UPI. Yes, sir. Am I right or not? Or net banking, or maybe some other, whatever it may be. No, something else is available now. Now I want to go for with what their UPI account. I want to add what there. I want to pay the payment through what their phone pay, for example. Yes, sir. Got it or not? If I select this phone pay, automatically what happened there? No. Now phone pay application is going to be accessed or not? Automatically the request will come to phone pay. Now phone pay, whenever we click on this phone pay page will come there. Inside this phone pay page, what we have to enter? No, enter phone pay ID. Definitely with your mobile number at the rate some phone pay ID is going to be available, that we have to enter, or maybe enter registered mobile number. We may enter that registered mobile number. Okay, already it is available there, it's okay. Now it is asking that, it's okay, fine, enter the amount, or maybe it is asking there. Okay, open the app and where accept the payment request. Then we are going to open what there? Phone pay app. And when we open this phone pay app, nowadays might be in our mobile phones now, or maybe in our systems, automatically that phone pay app is going to be open now, right? Automatically it is open there where payment request is already available. Pay 8,000 rupees, pay 5,000 rupees, it is available there. If you click on that pay button now, automatically phone pay application is activating or not? That phone pay application, what it is taking now? Come on, what it is providing there? Your account credentials and all it is asking there. Okay, you may enter that 5,000 or something else. No, OTP might be OTP or like what their pin number here we are going to enter. After completion of that, whenever we complete the total payment, no, when we complete the total payment, no, automatically what is going to be happen? Again we are coming back to the amazon.com. But wait, here one more point I'm telling there. Now this is like what it is actually phone pay, right? So now this is phone pay. So what is the spelling for it? No, P PH or P? No, PH O N P A Y. Okay, sir. Adjust for it. Whatever it may be. Phone pay. Okay, no, leave it. Arey, yaar, I'm not using that regularly. Okay, then phone pay. Our GPay is better, right? Simply we can write GPay, right? Fine, it's okay. GPay or phone pay, whatever it may be. Ah, right. I have written it. Listen carefully. Then when phone pay app is open, what it is asking there now, whenever we submit like what their payment, when we select that UPI payment, there if we select that phone pay, automatically phone pay is open. Then where it is asking pay 5,000. If I click on pay 5,000, what happened? Pay 5,000. If I click no, immediately it is asking about pin number or not pin code, pin number, right? Right, sir. Whenever it is asking pin number, when we add that pin number, when we provide pin number, automatically what happen? Payment request will be submitted to what? Bank. Where is your account actually? You registered your account details with our phone pay. Well, where is your account actually? That account is available with what there? www.icici.com. Am I right or not? Come on. For example, your account is available with ICICI Bank, that is registered with your phone pay. Automatically, that phone pay is requesting the transaction toward their ICICI Bank now. Okay. Automatically, here what happened? You know, inside this ICICI Bank is already available here. ICICI Bank is already existed here. Automatically now ICICI Bank is able to perform the transaction. It's giving confirmation to the PhonePe. PhonePe is giving confirmation to what there? To the Amazon.com. When Amazon.com is getting confirmation from PhonePe, immediately Amazon.com is giving the proper response, good response to the respective user. To the browser we are able to get, yes, your item is confirmed. You purchased this item, you will get the delivery of this item within this particular duration, or on this particular date you are able to get that item. Then immediately that item life cycle will start. Item life cycle is what there? Order confirm. Next one is what there? Accepting that order by the seller. Seller is one of the organization, right? Seller company is available, right? They have accepted this. Then after that, what next one? Shipping. Next one is what there? Like a different life cycle. Finally delivered. That's the final stage now. Like this, the cycle is going to be started. Got it or not? All of you are okay with this application? Just 2 minutes now. Let us confirm this total flow here. Now tell me, what is the flow of execution? First of all, we are sending a request to what there? Amazon.com. In Amazon.com, there is an option to pay the payment through what there? PhonePe. Now immediately Amazon.com will send request to whom? Amazon.com will send request to whom? PhonePe app. PhonePe app is asking some details from us. If you enter the details now, automatically it is sending that request to whom? ICICIbank.com, ICICI.com. Now the actual transaction is performed where? ICICI.com. Understand? Here also one more level is available. If you're trying to perform the like payments through any card, through card now, right, directly request will come to this one. Then from this, the card might be provider is available, Visa card or Mastercard, something else now. There the transaction are going to be happen here. Okay, it's okay, different, not required now. Okay, now ICICIbank.com. ICICI.com has confirmed our transaction. It is giving some response back to what there? PhonePe. Now PhonePe is giving response back to whom? To the respective Amazon.com. Now Amazon.com is preparing some response which is understandable to the user. Then that response will be provided to whom? To the user. Yes, sir, clear? This is my enterprise application. This is my what there? Enterprise application. Clear? Observe carefully. This is what their browser. This is browser. Amazon.com. PhonePe application. ICICI.com. This is another application. Okay? All of you understand it clearly. Up to this part, up to this part, web application. What is web application? Oh, this part is web application. Browser sending request to the Amazon.com. Amazon.com is a server side application. Amazon.com is taking request. Amazon.com is giving response to the browser. This part where client is a browser. Client is what their browser. Client is fixed. That is browser. This part is what their web application. Clear? Now understand it. Another point here I'm telling to you. Observe carefully. Now this part, Amazon.com is one application. PhonePe is like what there? Another application. Yes, sir. All of you get my point or not? So this is one part. Now here, browser is not a client. Amazon.com one server side application. PhonePe is another server side application. Here, Amazon.com is a client. PhonePe is a server side application. Now this is one application. This is called as a distributed application. This is what? A distributed application where client is not browser. Client is one application. It may be Java program, it may be some servlet program, it may be like what the JSP program, it may be something else, but it is not a browser. It is not a browser. This is what their distributed application. Application logic is distributed over client machine as well as what their server machine. Now here this is client application. Amazon.com is a client application. PhonePe is what their server side application. Now tell me, all of you now tell me, for browser who is a server now? Who is a server side application? Amazon.com. For Amazon.com who is a server side application? PhonePe. For PhonePe who is a server now? ICICI.com. For ICICI.com who is a client? PhonePe. For PhonePe who is a client now? Amazon.com. For Amazon.com who is a client now? Browser care. Browser in the sense you yourself is a person. Next one is after this. Similarly, here we prepared this application. Now this is one application here. This application, this exactly this part is also be called as like what there distributed application. Again, this also like what there distributed application. Fine, understand my point here. What is web application and what is distributed application? If ask this question now, it's very clear that web application web application is a server side application where client is what browser, where browser is a client. Distributed application is also a client server application where client is not a browser is not a client, where a Java program is acting as a client. Of course, in this example, I'm able to give one more point here. A Java program, some other application is acting as what there? A client. Yes, sir. All of you get my point or not? Okay, fine. One more deviation actually, but important point I'm going to say no. Now try to observe carefully. All of you know. Browser is okay. Is a tool. Okay. Google Chrome. Good. So what technology is going on there? Something else. We don't know about it. Just it is a browser. Clear. Amazon.com is available. Is a one of the applications, server side application. Can you tell me on which technology it was prepared? Do you have any awareness on it? Let's assume it. Leave it. We don't know actually how they prepared that Amazon.com, what technology they have used to prepare that Amazon.com. Just leave it. Let's assume it. Amazon.com was prepared by using Java, for example. Assume it for 5 minutes of time. Just we can assume it. No, Amazon.com was prepared by using what there Java. Okay. Now phone pay. On which technology that phone pay is prepared? No. Do you have any awareness on it? No. No. Leave it. Say for example, Python. Assume it. Python. Okay. Then ICC.com is also a separate application, separate server side application. Do you aware about it? What technology they have used to prepare this ICC.com? No, we don't know about it. Just say for example, we can understand it's what there .NET. So my point is what there, all these applications may be available in the same technology, may not be available in the same technology, maybe in different technologies. Am I right or not? There is no guarantee of having all these applications in the same technology standards. They may be available in different technologies. Now, let's take the case different technologies. Let's take the what were there different technologies. If it is the case, if we take no, what is going to be happen? Now tell me. First, we submitted data from browser to what? Amazon.com. That is in what? Java. Where the data is represented in the form of Java or not? Come on. Now the data must be represented in the form of Java or not? Okay. If you want to perform that phone pay operations now, first Amazon.com must submit some data to the phone pay application or not? That means the data which is available in Java application must be sent to the phone pay. Phone pay is written on the top of what there? Python. So Java represented data we are submitting to what there? Phone pay application. But how phone pay application, how Python application can recognize Java data, Java represented data? How is it possible to maintain? How is it possible to hold Java represented data inside the Python mission, inside the Python system, inside the Python application? Possible or not possible? Not possible. Okay, leave it. Indirectly, what I am asking there, how communication is going to be provided between Java application and Python application? That's my question. Leave it. Still, if you think it is possible, leave it. Later on, when request is coming to the phone pay, then phone pay must communicate with what application? No, ICC application, means that .NET application. How is it possible to communicate from? How is it possible to provide communication between Python application to .NET application? How Python data is transferred to the .NET application? How .NET is able to represent Python data? How is it possible to establish communication between all the applications which are in different technology stacks? Got it or not? Exactly. Exactly. There, web services topic is coming into the picture. What is coming into the picture there? Web services is coming into the picture. The main intention of the web services is what there? Interoperability. The main intention of the web services is what there? Interoperability. What is the meaning of interoperability? Providing communication between more than one application which are in different technology standards. Interoperability means that providing communication between different applications which are in different technology standards, not on the same technology standard. Anyway, this is a web services introduction. This is a separate one. But here my point is what is web application, what is distributed application? If you think about it, no, web application part is what there, browser and amazon.com. Distributed application is what there, amazon.com and phone pay and .NET application. That application is nothing but what there, distributed application. Okay, all of you are getting clarity, no? Now tell me, altogether this entire thing is an enterprise application or not? This entire thing will come under that enterprise level or not? Now tell me, if you want to prepare an enterprise application where web application is required, distributed application is also required. In enterprise application, two things are required. What two things here we require? No, web application and a distributed application. That's the reason why I'm going to prepare a, I'm going to prepare like what? I'm going to prepare a equation like what there. Enterprise application is equal to web application plus a distributed application. Web application plus a distributed components. Web application with the distributed components. That's the reason, that's the meaning of like what there, enterprise application. Is that okay? All of you are okay now? Shall we move forward? Now here I'm going to provide, for the sake of a reference, I'm going to take even this diagram also. 1 minute, 1 minute. So first of all, before that, I'm asking this question to you. Why I'm discussing about all these points? Are you aware about it? Why I'm giving all these examples, why I'm discussing all these points? At least we need to have some awareness, right? What is the intention internally? I need to introduce frameworks. Frameworks are used to prepare enterprise applications. So I started with what is an enterprise application. How do we prepare enterprise applications? How many types of enterprise applications are available? After that, to prepare enterprise applications, what is the need of the frameworks? This is a way of introduction part here. Understand it now? Time to time we have to understand why and what. Then only we are able to understand the content now. Right, sir? Now let's move on to the first point here. Tell me, what is this web application first? Very first point here I'm telling you, observe carefully. Web application is a server side application. Web application is a server side application, or simply I'm telling there, web application is a client server application. Client server application where the complete application logic, where the complete application logic is distributed, where the complete application logic is distributed at a server machine only. So in web application, client is what? Browser. What application logic is it is going to maintain? No? What application logic is it going to maintain here inside this client browser? Browser is not going to maintain an application logic. Max it is able to have that forms, user forms, like what the login form, registration form. That's only it is able to maintain. It doesn't have any application logic. Am I right or not? In a web application, the complete application logic is available where? At server machine. See this diagram here, if you understand it, no, this is a problem. Okay, right, sir. Now diagram, if you understand it, no, what is available in the browser? No, nothing is available, just forms only here we are able to have. But actual logic is available where? Amazon.com. Amazon.com contains the actual application logic. Yes, sir, got it or not? That's the reason why in web application, the complete application logic is distributed at what machine there? Server machine. No application logic is available at what machine? No, client machine. But if it's a distributed application, now tell me, Amazon.com and PhonePe, both are having application logic or not? Both are having application logic or not? So that is the reason why the point here, what I am telling to you. Now the point is what there? Distributed application. Distributed application is a client server application. Again here I'm telling there, client server application where the complete application logic is distributed over the multiple machines. The complete application logic is distributed over the multiple machines. That is, multiple machines, they are client and server machines. Right, so they are what? Their client and server machines. That are client and server machines. Clear? All of you are getting clarity on this point now? Okay, fine. Leave this one. After this, the second point here I'm telling you, observe carefully. Well-known point. In web applications, client is fixed. That is browser. Am I right? In web applications, client is what they're fixed. That is what their browser. Nice. In distributed applications, in a distributed applications, client is not fixed. It is varied. It is variable. Client is not fixed. It may be a Java program. It may be a normal Java program with the main method. Normal Java program is also be like what their main method, comma a servlet, comma a JSP page, comma a framework application like struts JSF, comma a Spring application also maybe a Spring application, and so on and so on and so on. But finally, separate JVM must be required at our client machine. Another JVM is required at our server-side application. Two JVMs must run the two applications. By executing these two applications, communication is going to be established. Yes, sir. All of you get me point or not? No response. Simple points. Up to now, simple points only. Okay, fine. Now, listen. Third point here I'm telling to you. Observe carefully. Point number 3. To prepare web applications, we will use a set of technologies called web technologies. A set of technologies called what? They're web technologies. Examples here I'm telling to you. UI technologies are different, web technologies are different. Get the differentiation now. UI technologies, user interface preparation, HTML, CSS, JavaScript, Bootstrap, and so on. Web technologies to prepare web applications. Web technologies for the sake of what? Their web application development. In web application development, we are going to use user interface. To prepare that user interface, we are going to use what there? HTML, JSF, HTML, JavaScript, and so on. But the web technologies are available. In web technologies, in web applications, server-side program, you have to prepare. Web technologies are available. What are these web technologies actually? There we are going to understand like what there? CGI, Common Gateway Interface, is one of the server-side technology. Web technology, servlets, and Java related. Next one is what there? JSPs, Java server pages. PHP, PHP is a server side or not? Definitely server side now. Next one is what there? ASP.NET and a .NET. ASP.NET is also be server side technology. All these are like what there? Web technologies. Again, I'm telling to you, UI technologies are different, web technologies are different. UI technologies for mainly what purpose there? No user interface. But web technologies are mainly for what purpose there? Web application development. Instead of the web application development, UI part is required, server side development is required. In a web application, to prepare server side content, we are using these web technologies. Okay, clear? All of you are getting clarity on this, no? Right, sir. Now, point number 4. What is the main purpose of the web applications and what is the main purpose of the distributed applications? Now here itself, this example is very good. Try to analyze the point here. I'm asking these questions to you, try to understand it now. Web application portion if we take now, client browser is sending request to the amazon.com. What it is expecting? In return, what it is expecting? Response. In return, it is expecting what there? A response. What type of response? No, dynamic response. What it has done internally, the process, that doesn't matter. What amazon.com has done, the internal process, that doesn't matter. But what it is providing there, amazon.com is providing some dynamic response to the respective client. This is the main intention of the web application. So client is required some response from the server. Client is what? Their browser. What type of response? Dynamic response. So the main purpose of the web application is to generate dynamic response to the respective client with very good look and feel. Just a dynamic response with very good look and feel. Really, Amazon.com doesn't perform any transaction. Amazon.com doesn't perform any phone pay related operation. Amazon.com doesn't perform any bank operation. Got my point or not? But some other application has performed these operations. That statuses values are result values are given to the Amazon.com. Now Amazon.com is preparing the status value in a very good look and feel. That look and feel response will be provided to what there to the browser. Sir, all of you get my point or not? So web application Amazon.com is its main intention is what there to provide very good look and feel to the, that means to provide some response to the respective client with very good look and feel. So web application main purpose is to generate dynamic response with very good look and feel. Clear in the point of client. Leave it now. Distributed application here we are understanding. Here what part is the distributed application part, now tell me? Amazon.com and what next one? No, phone pay or phone pay, what next one here? ICICI bank. Now these are the distributed applications, am I right or not? Okay, now here my requirement is what? When request is coming to Amazon.com, immediately what is Amazon.com response now? What is that Amazon.com main intention? Next one is what there? Now actually it has to perform some bank operation. But that bank operation has to be performed through what application? No, UPI application. What is that UPI application? No, phone pay, for example. Am I right or not? Right, so immediately Amazon.com is has to think mainly, has to put focus on how to establish connection with the phone pay, how to consume the services of this phone pay. Understand here? Immediately when request is coming to the, when payment gateway, when payment request is coming to the Amazon.com, immediately Amazon.com main intention is what, their main thinking is what there, how to establish connection with what their phone pay, or how to the phone pay services in Amazon.com. Yes, sir, got my point or not? So this is one server side application. This is also another server side application. But how to establish communication with the phone pay and how to consume the services of that phone pay. See, once again, I'm telling there, phone pay is a service provider. Amazon.com is a service consumer. ICZ.com is a service provider. Phone pay is a service consumer. Am I right or not? Observe carefully that phone pay simply is available in Amazon website or not. So what is the meaning of it now? Who is service provider and who is service consumer? Can now tell me? Phone pay is a service provider and Amazon.com is what, the service consumer. Answer my point or not? Now in phone pay we register our bank account with a particular number or not? That means bank account is what, the ICICI bank no, means that who is service provider, who is service consumer? No, ICICI.com is what, their service provider, and who is consuming that service? No, phone pay is consuming that service. No, answer my point here. So here the point is what, how to see, understand my point now? Amazon.com is a local mission, local application. Phone pay is a remote application. If we compare this phone pay and ICICI.com, phone pay is a local application, ICICI application. Now always the client in a distributed application is what there, how to establish communication with the remote machine, how to consume the services of the remote services of the remote application. That's the main focus in what there, distributed application. But here in web application, what is the main focus? No, how to get a dynamic response with a very good look and feel. In a distributed application, what is the main theme? No, how to establish communication with the remote machine, how to consume the services, remote services of the remote application. These are the main things of like what are there, web application and distributed applications. Let me take this point now. The main intention of the web applications is the main intention of the web applications is to generate dynamic response with very good look and feel. The main intention of the web applications is to generate dynamic responses with a very good look and feel. That's okay, fine. The main intention of the distributed, the main intention of the distributed applications is to generate or is to establish communication between local mission and remote mission, and to consume the remote services provided by the remote application. In a distributed application, the terminology is what they're not like client and server. The terminology is what they're local application and remote application. Remote application is providing remote services. Local application is going to consume that services. Provider consumer architecture. Provider will provide the services, consumer will consume that services. That's it. So that's the reason why I've given the terminology. Now try to understand it now. Right, sir. Good. This is completed. Now coming to the next point here. Observe carefully. Point number 5. Next one is after completion of this point here. Now understand it now. Web application and distributed application comparison if we take now. In web applications, see, both are server side applications only. Am I right or not? Web application and server distributed application both are like what there? Server side applications only. Okay, clear. When both are server side applications, both are executed by the servers only. Both the applications are executed by what? Servers only. Applications are servers only. Got it or not? Listen carefully. Two types of servers are available. Two types of servers are available. Web servers, application servers. Web servers, application servers. Web servers are able to execute only web applications. Web servers are able to execute only web applications. Application servers are able to execute both web applications and distributed applications. Application servers are able to execute both web applications and distributed applications. But web servers are able to execute only what? Web applications. Is that all of you are following or not? Two types of servers. Now tell me what are the two types of servers? No, web servers and application servers. Web servers are able to execute what? Only web application. But application servers are able to execute what? Both web applications and what their distributed applications. Am I right or not? Now here my requirement is what? My comparison is in between web application and distributed application. So the point is what? Web applications are executed by both web servers and application servers. But distributed applications are executed by only application servers. Distributed applications are executed by only application servers. That's it. Now web applications are executed by both web servers and application servers. Web applications are executed by both web servers and application servers. But whereas distributed applications are executed by applications are executed by only application servers. Am I right? Point is clear? One more point I'm telling you, now observe carefully. Okay, fine. No problem. Observe carefully. I'm asking one question to you now. Try to answer for it. All of you know. Java program is available. Class test main method. Who is executing the Java program? JVM. Perfect. JVM is executing the Java program. But my next question is, inside the JVM, who is executing the Java program? JVM is executing Java program. JVM contains so many components internally. Inside the JVM, if you open the JVM, maybe 6 or 7 components are available. Out of all 6 or 7 components, who is executing Java program? That's the question. I'll give clarity. Don't worry. An interpreter is executing Java program inside the JVM. Inside the JVM, who is executing Java program? An interpreter. In JVM architecture, we are able to get much clarity. Don't worry. But time being, remember it. Understand my point? No? Where you are learning Java course? No, at Durgasoft. Who is taking your classes? No, myself I am taking. No, myself is an interpreter. Durgasoft is a JVM. Understand it now? Similarly, who is executing your Java program? JVM. Inside the JVM, who is executing your program actually? Interpreter. Similarly, server side program is available. Who is executing your server side program? Server. Am I right or not? Who is executing server side program? Server. Inside the server, who is executing your server side program? Container. What's the point? No, container. Inside the server software, there is a separate component like what? Container, which is executing our server side program. Sir, come again. All of you understand it now? Who is executing our server side program? Server. Inside the server, who is the responsible for executing server side program? Container. Container is responsible for executing server side program. All of you get my point or not? Different types of containers are available. Web container. What is that? Web container to execute web components like servlets and JSPs. To execute web components, servlet is a web component to prepare web application. JSP is a web component to prepare web application, which are executed by web container. Am I right or not? Similarly, distributed containers are available. Distributed containers, they are executing what? Their distributed components. Distributed containers are available. They are executing what? Their distributed components like EJB container to execute EJB component. EJB container to execute what? Their EJB component. Now the point is what there. Observe carefully. You are able to get clarity now. Web application is the collection of web components like servlets, JSPs, and so on. Where to execute web components, we will use web container. Yes, all of you understand it now? Web application is a collection of web components like servlets, JSPs, and so on. Where to execute web components, we will use what container now? Web containers. We will use the web container, servlet container, JSP container, like this here we are able to use. Next one is distributed application is the collection of distributed components like EJB component. Example, I'm telling the EJB component. Like so many, Java Bean component is also be a distributed component. Depending on the distributed technology what we have taken, there we are able to provide this. Okay, distributed application is a collection of distributed components like EJB component. Where to execute distributed components. Where to execute distributed components, we will use the distributed container like EJB container. Distributed container like what there? EJB container. Right, sir. 1 minute, I think so. Then I miss one point here. Yeah, I think so here. Now, third point, what I have given there, only web part only I have given that. Distributed part I have not given there, right? To prepare web applications, we will use a set of technologies called web technologies. Examples are like what there? CGI, Servlet, JSP, PHP, ASP.NET, and so on. Similarly, to prepare distributed applications, we will use a set of technologies called distributed technologies. Called as what? Distributed technologies. What are the examples for these distributed technologies now? Say for example, socket programming. Next one is what there? After the socket programming, next one is RMI. Next one is what there? Corba. After this EJBs. Next one is what there? Web services. All these are like what there? Distributed technologies. Understand it now? Right, sir? Then after this, then what we are getting there now? Okay, the remaining points are okay, fine. Finally, web applications are collection of web components, servlets, JSPs, and so on. Where to execute web components, we will use web containers. Distributed applications are collection of distributed components like EJB components. Where to execute distributed components, we will use distributed containers like what there? EJB container. Is that all of you are getting it or not? So these are overall the differences between web application and a distributed application. As clear? All of you are getting clarity on it? Okay, fine. After completion of this content, then we are going to understand how we are going to prepare web applications. What are the various architectures are available to prepare web applications? After understanding that architectures, then we will go for what there. Then we are going to understand the requirement of the frameworks. Then why Spring framework is only be required. Continuously, we are going to understand the points now. Okay. Right, sir. Now, just I want to stop here itself, and tomorrow I'll go to the remaining part now. Right. Thank you. Then those who are attending the servlets class now, just take care. Within few minutes, I'll start the servlets now. Thank you. Thanks a lot.